Okay, so how about this? How about this for a theory, okay? You remember how last episode I was talking about that heart song, Shadows in the Mist, and how it explains, like, when you wake up from a dream, if you're on, when you're in what's called the real world, right? When I wake up from my dream and I'm in the real world, the longer I'm in the real world, the less I can remember the dream, right? So imagine this. Children are closer to the life stream, to that realm of the life stream. The life stream being, in this theory, the collective unconscious. And it also seems that the life stream as a collective unconscious also spans different worlds or different universes. Because what we're seeing here is we're seeing a linked connection between, like, the cloud of one universe and the cloud of another universe. So I can only imagine the collective unconscious of the life stream itself is what is the causal link between the two. So children being like they just woke up, so the shadows of the mist, right? The life stream is less mystified, have that vision or are closer to the prophetic vision. Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 18 of HD Philosophy Plays Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Last we left off, we got to the port back in Costa del Sol, and there was some information on, like, pirate treasure, and I figured I'd stop there so I could do a little bit of backtracking, things like that. I ended up going after the pirate's treasure. I got 2 of them. Man, those bosses were hard, but I promise I didn't rage as much as I raged at the Vincent one, at the Vincent battle. I think I'm getting a little bit better. I ended up watching some good videos on how to manage one's emotions and things like that. So look at that. I'm trying to improve as I play along with you folks, especially since I know Tekken is on the horizon, and we're gonna be playing Tekken on this channel very shortly. But there is something on my mind today that I just wanted to bring up. I would say not shortly, but that I want to bring up in a small segment. As a lot of you know, I'm married. I've been married this year, will be 20 years I've been married. And so, as you can imagine, working at higher education, a lot of my students usually ask me, why did you get married and things like that? Because nowadays, unless you've been living under a rock, marriage is highly contested nowadays. There's a big debate going on why people should get married, and especially in America with no-fault divorce and things like that. I can only honestly answer why I got married, and then maybe weigh in a little bit on why what I think about the institution of marriage. But why did I get married? I wanted to make a promise above myself and to her family that I was going to stay with this person for the rest of my life. And to me, the only promise that would carry that kind of weight, where not only would I be held accountable, but the promise would be as impactful and as meaningful as it should be for such a commitment, would be a commitment to God. I didn't care about my commitment to the state or the commitment to the president at the time. I did care more about my commitment to the family than I did my government and my state. But I wanted to make a commitment in front of God. And I felt like, aptly, that a promise to God becomes something more than just the mere promise here in the finite world. And I'm seeing the validity of this statement more and more the older I get. All right, let me give you folks an example. When people want to make a family tradition or something like that, and believe me, I've tried many times, there needs to be something more than just a worldly tradition. I've tried to do things like, for example, right now, every single year, once a year, we go camping. And this has been a family tradition since I was a teenager. And I've been trying to keep that family tradition going. But I'll be honest, there is nothing holding that tradition in place other than the family going over and over again. And I spoke to my dad about this. I was like, why aren't there any family traditions rooted in religion? Because religion almost forces individuals to get out of their daily mundane tasks because we're all busy, right? We are all busy and we all have things to do. So there needs to be something more important than our daily routine that gets us out of that daily routine, a bigger promise than our daily needs, our material needs, in order for us to elevate that as a priority and then keep it as a tradition. Like even now, I see the family camping trip being pushed back a little bit farther into August. When my kids leave, I don't know if they're going to be able to come back for that once a year family tradition because it's not rooted in anything more ephemeral than the worldly family. It doesn't seem like it's going to hold. It doesn't seem like it's going to hold up. But something like Christmas, for example, where we have that Christian element that we're celebrating, Jesus' birth, and we're doing the presents and gift giving. I see my kids coming back home for Christmas more than I see them coming back home for that family tradition. And again, that is because it's rooted in something more. I also had this conversation with my father. I was like, we're not really close with my uncles and my aunties and my cousins, even though, I've talked about my relationship with my cousins with you folks before. But I was like, why wasn't there something above our mere personal idiosyncrasies? Why wasn't there something more important that kept the family together? And he was like, well, boy, we're all busy. And I was like, I understand everyone's busy, but it is the tradition that's supposed to be a higher priority than everybody's busyness. And see, there it is. That's why I felt it so important to make a promise above the material, above the worldly. I needed to make a promise above all that right there because it would hold me accountable and move me forward. It's almost like it didn't matter unless I was making a promise to God, you see? So that's one instance. That's one reason why I got married. Now, my thoughts on the institution of marriage. Once we took it out of the religious, I think we started losing that power right there. When it just became a state thing, then we started losing the reason for the marriage. I've gotten through, I believe it was, it might have been Leviticus, but there's a specific statement on why people ought to get married. No, it was in my Christian biblical ethics when it was talking about the sanctity of marriage and God being jealous. One should not covet thy neighbor's wife. And in the biblical ethics book that I'm reading, you're also not supposed to lust after someone else. And when they start talking about the purpose of marriage, it gets into the relationship that God has with us. There's almost a marriage there as well. And if I was to seek out another God, that would make my God jealous, because he is a jealous God, right? And in that same way, our marriage to our wives is that same kind of covenant. We are partaking in the same covenant that God has with us, the promise he made to us. And so if I step out on my wife, that is a kind of hate and a kind of detriment to the marriage and a kind of jealousy that invokes and a rage that invokes that would be akin to me stepping out on God and serving another God. So marriage as an institution gives us a great idea, I would say possibly the only idea of the God's love for us here on earth. So my love for my wife and my wife's love for me. And in that way, it is partaking in a divine act that everyone should partake in, So when it comes to marriage, I think everyone ought to get married. However, here's the caveat. Such an important decision, when you make a promise that impactful, you do not take it lightly. All right. From the philosophy side, Robert Nozick, I think, nails it. When you become a marriage, when you become a couple, you give away, you turn away the autonomy of I. It's almost like you give up I and you become the autonomy of we. All right. You start making decisions not based on I anymore, but based on we, the marriage, the merger that is the creation of you and your spouse. You see? However, it should not be taken lightly, is what I was getting to, right? If you are going to give up your autonomy to a we, and you're going to make such a covenantal promise not to break this covenant, then you better make sure that is a person worth tying yourself to. And that's what I believe that's why I believe marriage is important, but also it should come with a warning. I have a son and a daughter. I'm very worried about the laws that are in place nowadays that definitely seem to protect my daughter in the marriage over my son. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand why they were made. I've seen the statistics. Unlike what a lot of people say, the man usually fares off better than the woman as far as income-wise. I do know a lot of guys do not fare off well. So there's a lot to be said with statistics and damn statistics. I understand. So I haven't actually made up my mind on that. I just see statistically, it seems to say that a man is better off. And to be honest, like as I'm getting older, there are still a lot of people that find me attractive and I have options. Obviously, I would never step out, but I have options where I could see like older women do not have as much options, My father, for example, is older and he seems to have a lot more options, but I don't see the women around his age having as many options as he does, okay? So anyway, that's my olive branch for people who might disagree with me in that regard. And that's okay. You can disagree with me. This is where I'm coming from as a person who has been married for 20 years and a person who has both a son and a daughter entering into hopefully what eventually be the world of possible spouses that they might find, all right? But when the state gets involved and they start instituting things like no-fault divorce and they start making it easier to break that covenantal relationship, that's when I have a problem. I had a big problem when they stepped in and they forced priests, for example, to marry everyone. To me, that's going against the priest's right to declare who should get married as far as what they follow in their religious practice. I do believe the state should be there should be a covenantal relationship with the state. And the difference between state and religion is not something I want to get into now. But I did feel like the state was stepping on the toes of other individuals. I don't ever believe that the state should be able to force a religious institution to provide a service that goes against their religious practices. I think that's the reason of, separation of church and state. Anyway. When the state started getting involved in making it easier for people to divorce, I started realizing that my feelings of when I got married in the first place were actually valid. Because here, the material, the worldly promise does not matter as much. It's almost like akin to somebody's feelings on the matter instead of something more objective as an objective promise. So that's kind of what was on my mind. That went really long right there, but it was on my mind at the time. But I figured since I hadn't answered that question, I would do the courtesy of answering it here and now, since it's something that so many people often request of me. So. All right, we're at the boat, and I think we're going to go straight to the gold saucer. All right. Checking my levels. My levels look good. Okay, good. All right, so... yeah, I played all of them, and I figured I'd save this special Lidrell that's in the gold saucer for you folks. So we did unlock him. It's the Corel region, right? Is this the gold saucer? Possibly. No, this is the gold saucer. Okay. There we go. There we go. Oh, straight to it, huh?
Should split up to look for Dio.
Will do.
If I catch you goofing off, so help me out.
Cloud, you got a minute? There's something I failed to mention about the Temple of the Ancients. You might call it a legend or a warning.
Uh-huh.
You see, no one who goes into the temple ever comes out again. No one. And I'm wondering if you really want to take everyone to a place like that.
You said it yourself. It's just a legend.
I did, aye, but...
Let's focus on finding Dio and the Keystone for now.
Okay. Find Dio. So... this is where we want to go first.
To the park, everyone. One and all to the Gold Saucer.
Do you like to party? Wow. That sounded like one of those 1990s pickup lines, you know? I have a question. Do you like to party?
Ladies and gentlemen, something big is
Welcome to paradise. The Gold Saucer.
it's done. Will be made. Challenge to Director Dio.
Listen up. This vacation is on a
Wow. There's a fight for the control of the park right now. I heard that. So I'm on the right track. Oh yeah, the Ghost Square. Okay. Oh, I knew that. I should have teleported there. He said, meet you in the Ghost Hotel, yeah? We should have known that. It's funny, a friend of mine was like, I usually don't like card games, but I liked this one. Every time I got into a new place, I was like, okay, where are they? Who am I playing? And I was like, me too, buddy. Me too.
I'm glad you came, Cloud. I am the Drell Balon, the person responsible for Queen's blood.
Belmont?
The Queen doesn't know what I'm up to yet, what I'm plotting, but we don't have long.
Time is of the essence, so let's play.
You must show me what you are capable of before she discovers us.
Alright. See if I can beat him, everyone. That 2 that you put on top and it destroys both, that has actually come in handy. Oh, good. And wow, actually a pretty good hand. I think I'm going to keep this hand. I'm familiar with that card. Alright, are you going to advance or are you going to build? Build, okay, so I can build too. Now where are you? Okay, yeah. Now we'll start advancing that way. I hate to lose that there, but okay, yeah, no. Alright. Since I have 2. Oh man, this is not a he's not a very good player. I could build up. Yeah, let's attack. Now what are you gonna do? Wow, that didn't beat him. Ouch. That's not good, buddy. Because now I'm gonna destroy you there. Okay. I expected something like that eventually. Yeah, only because I think I'm going to win that one anyway. So that's why I put that there. Yeah. I figured you were going to take that. Wow. And since I have 2 there, I'll be able to knock out this toad. Yup. Oof, this is a decimation, man. And that sucks for you because I got the griffin that can go right on top. And he can't go. Oh my goodness. There's so much I can do here. I can destroy that. Adding 2 there. Placing that on top. Destroying that. I won't destroy him though. It'll just take him down. Whoops. Good lord. Oh, he can play? Okay. But I'm not done, buddy boy. Oh, but now he can place. That is the thing about that card, though. Yeah. I probably should have played the middle before I did that. That's okay, though. That's okay. You live, you learn. There ain't no way he's winning. 32, 11, 13. And if he throws any more enhanced, yeah. GG. What is this? Ramen. When played, lower the power of allied and enemy unaffected. That's random. That would just be like random.
Well played. Not that I ever truly doubted your potential.
Easy to say after.
I was right to leave you that letter.
You know what that makes me think of? Okay. When I went to San Francisco and we left everything we knew here in Hawaii, and I went to go get my philosophy degree. When I graduated, there was a handful of people who were like, never doubted you. I knew you were going to make something of yourself. And I'm like, how did you know when I didn't know? You know, there were a lot of times within when I was up in San Francisco when I was like, is this really worth it? You know, they were fleeting because I loved philosophy so much it pulled me through. But this idea that somebody could just, I mean, what are the words? The words that the breath that it takes to say those words is so much more minuscule than the words themselves. It's like, it holds nothing. It holds no value whatsoever. First of all, it's a lie. There's no way you could have known if I didn't know, and I'm the one pushing myself forward to complete the task. And if I don't know I'm going to complete the task, how's it possible that you know I was going to complete the task? And then the idea that, oh, I knew you were going, what are you patting yourself on the back for your prophesizing? Like you have prophetic knowledge because you were like, this person's going to make something of themselves. It's like, it takes literally no effort for you to say that. You could say that about 1,000 people, and if one person gets through, you get to say that right there, you know? It's almost akin to like when you quit smoking cigarettes. When you quit smoking cigarettes, you never truly quit unless on your deathbed you didn't light up again. Well, then you were a non-smoker, right? The only way you truly quit is at your deathbed. So when you're saying something like, yeah, I quit smoking, like the breath that it takes is so minuscule to the task that you are stating, you know? And so when I hear stuff like that, it's just like, what is your skin in the game there? You know, what, to be able to say something like that and then pat yourself on the back later just is so incomprehensible to me, you know? Maybe it's because I'm a middle child. Maybe it's because I've been told that. I'm told that a lot when I succeed, and there's like no surprise when I fail. I don't know. I just figured I'd offer you folks my thoughts on that, you know?
Letter? What letter?
You remember, don't you? The inn at Calm. I hung it on your door, though I signed it in the proprietor's name.
So that was you.
Forgive my subterfuge, but I was in dire need of a skilled player. And you certainly did not disappoint. You were even able to best me. Which, while impressive, won't be enough. Not if you intend to hold the Shadowblood Queen's card in your deck.
What if I don't want it?
Thing is the source of this nightmare. The very embodiment of the villain herself. Through the card, she feeds on the wielder's life force, claiming their strength, that she may one day be reborn.
So why don't we just all stop playing?
Countless players have succumbed to this vile curse. And now one more death is all she requires to return.
Guess it's too late now.
Find the sorceress. She who rallied the people. She who deposed the queen. The Emerald Witch.
Find the Emerald Witch.
Her card sleeps in Nibelheim with a monster of chaos. You must hurry before it is too late.
Hey, Vincent, you got that card? You know, check your pockets, man. Check your pockets. By the way, subterfuge means deceit. Yep, I had to look it up.
Congratulations, Cloud. You have attained the rank of Blood Sovereign. This is it. Only one opponent remains. The Monster of Chaos. I know nothing of their skills, but I have faith that yours are superior. Vanquish this fiend and the witch's card will be yours.
I wonder if this is how they make it something, you know? If they make it something by adding Vincent to it. Okay, where am I supposed to go? Let's see. Find Dio somewhere there, and let's just go to Adventure World. Oh, I passed the teleporter.
Just name a square, and I'll get you there.
Yeah, you know what I'm testing? I'm testing my faith in the fact that I am just a material entity and there's no immaterial part of me if I'm being teleported over here.
We've arrived at your destination.
Ladies and gentlemen, something big is afoot.
Let's see.
Fight for our naming rights. Its Don Corneo has issued a challenge.
Yeah, so clone Cloud now. Because I do not believe in a material form of identity. I'm now I'm a different Cloud. Oh, wow, I missed that last time, huh? Steadfast block. And there's no way this way either. Okay, so I need to go here. Really not letting me, though, huh?
I can't believe it. I finally
What,
am
I
a
need to go
gold
there?
saucer.
Jeez, what floor is he at? So it's on the second floor. Okay, so here's the second floor. And it's here. Ha.
I'm not leaving till I ride the Skyway.
Well, is Dio just in the battle square? Let's just go to the battle square.
Just name a square, and I'll get you there. Let's make friends, Hugo.
Oh, another clone copy.
And here we are.
Hey,
Check it out, Cloud. Can you believe this?
Corneo?
The Dawn outstayed his welcome in Midgard and decided to set up shop in the saucer. Great timing, eh? Interesting. There's an event being held at the Musclehead Coliseum tomorrow.
If there's a dress rehearsal today, Dio might be there. We should check it out.
there we go.
I bought some protein powder. Did you see yesterday's
Coliseum will host
It looks like they did away with the once you leave the gold saucer, there goes your credits. Oh, there he is.
Aha! Found him! Greetings, Mr. Director. He doesn't look quite right.
Well, if it isn't
Oh,
our
he got
friendly
beat up.
fugitives, you're looking hale and hearty.
What happened to you?
I made a painful discovery that the Turks are stronger than they look.
You, sir, should know better. You're no spring chicken.
In better shape than you.
Speaking of
Arm
old
is the
things,
size of your
what happened
entire
to that
being.
Keystone thingy.
We need to get our hands on it. Was part of your collection, last we heard.
It was, yes, and in fact still is.
Point
Perfect.
of order. My ancestors owned it. Don't
Point
you
of
think
order.
that makes me its rightful owner?
A Cetra, are you? That, my dear, is a bold claim.
Are you the
Still,
owner because you had it
who am
before,
I to
or
dispute your heritage?
Conquest
You may,
decides?
of course, have the keystone. That
How far
is,
does that go,
on
too?
one condition. You must take part in our exclusive event, the fight for naming rights. Dio's champions versus the Corneo family. Should
We know
my
it, though.
team fall to those rogues, the gold saucer will become Corneo land. Let's it out! Training hard and getting those gains.
What's up, party people?
What's up?
Oh my goodness, these are your champions?
Signed and notarized.
No, it's not.
Take
Okay.
it. But look at me. I can barely lift a finger. And here I was lamenting my lot in life when you came along. 'Tis fate. Nay, divine intervention. What say you? Will you be my champions and go to war against Don Corneo?
I'll do it. I'll fight.
We win, we get the keystone, right?
As agreed, you have my word.
Then we're in.
Then we have ourselves a deal.
Is it going to be us three? I have a feeling it's going to be us three. So that's why they
Naturally, I
kept
want
Kate
you
Sith
in
with
peak
us.
physical condition for the big bout, so please use my hotel to rest up.
Or maybe not.
Great. I'll jog on ahead and tell the others then.
I'm going to keep Aerith. I finally learned how to use her properly. But I might go Barrett. Let's see. Rest at the Haunted Hotel. I didn't see anybody else.
Musclehead Coliseum will host an epic
If I'm supposed to build relationships, you know?
So cool. Where would you like to go, Kubo? Hold on to your hat,
There we go.
Kubo. We've arrived at your destination.
Guts of blood, screams of pain.
I hear you'll be taking part in
Everybody
the
at Disney loved being in the Haunted Mansion because you were able to be mean to the guests.
You'd better rest up before. Best of luck to you tomorrow. I trust you.
That's an ominous person by the door. This is Aerith.
What about...
Is this our intimate date?
Come on, think.
No.
You alright there? How's it going?
Not so good.
I had no idea you were into songwriting.
Oh, I'm not. But I wanted to give it a shot.
I see. Well, good for you. never know till you try.
Maybe I should have read that thing. I'm worried that I missed it.
They say curiosity killed the cat.
Oh, wow. Back here. Yep, and he's facing them. It's like linked consciousness, you know?
Cloud's all yours.
Give a new
I'll take care of
definition
that.
to collective consciousness if collective
Yes,
consciousness includes you from other universes, you know? Wait. Oh, okay, because it's above.
Aerith sure does sleep a lot, huh?
It's better this way.
What? Why?
Because of Cloud. He's still sick. Please, you gotta make Cloud get better. You gotta.
I mean, I'd love to, but... You said it's better for Aerith to stay asleep because Cloud's sick. Why's that?
Because she loves him.
Because she'll die if she wakes up.
Oh, you think? What makes you say that?
Promise not to tell? When she wakes up, a scary man is gonna kill her. Cloud tries to save her, but he doesn't make it in time. He almost does, but he doesn't. She likes Cloud, so she's happy he came. Really, really happy. But she dies. That's why you have to make Cloud better. If he's sick, he can't save Aerith.
It looks like when he's healthy, he can't save her either, though.
Marlene, are you sure you didn't just have a bad dream?
No.
How can she
saw
see?
it.
Is it?
Oh,
This is so
okay.
interesting.
I did.
Don't worry, I believe you. With everything that's going on, how could I not?
Okay, so how about this? How about this for a theory, okay? You remember how last episode I was talking about that heart song, Shadows in the Mist, and how it explains, like, when you wake up from a dream, if you're on, you know, when you're in the what's called the real world, right? When I wake up from my dream and I'm in the real world, the longer I'm in the real world, the less I can remember the dream, right? So imagine this. Children are closer to the life stream, to that realm of the life stream. The life stream being, in this theory, the collective unconscious. And it also seems that the life stream as a collective unconscious also spans different worlds or different universes. Because what we're seeing here is we're seeing a linked connection between, like, the cloud of one universe and the cloud of another universe. So I can only imagine the collective unconscious of the life stream itself is what is the causal link between the two. So children being like, they just woke up, so the shadows of the mist, right? The life stream is less mystified, have that vision or are closer to the prophetic vision. which is really fascinating because if you just take linguistics, for example, children are linguistical geniuses. The part of their brain that is functioning is like so close to the forms of language themselves that they're able to grasp language much quicker than people who are older. And as we get older and older, the longer we're on this plane, the theory here could be that the longer we're on this plane, the less we are connected to the life stream. Which might make sense on why they went that way with Bugenhagen, right? Bugenhagen came across as someone who was like, he felt like he had enough knowledge, and so when something new came around, he was very skeptical of learning any new information. So if he was like so connected to the life stream, if he had such a prophetic knowledge, then that would show or indicate as we get older, we might actually get closer or closely connected to the life stream itself. So that might be the reason they made that decision with him, you know? Much more of a local wisdom, not so much of a temporal or prophetic kind of wisdom, you know? And again, I'm just thinking out loud here. So if the collective unconscious is a thing, and we return back to the planet to provide the planet with the information we gained from the world, when we're born, it might be akin to the Platonic forms, as in we forget that realm. But children may not have forgotten as much as we did, you know, being that their shadows of the mist are a little closer than ours were. Just a theory.
Okay.
Just one question, if it's all right. Can you tell me what this scary man looked like?
Good question, Zach.
Please?
His hair was long. And gray.
Of all the people.
A guy you wouldn't be able to stop either.
Zach, did you see? They're blooming.
Maybe she's gonna wake up soon.
Look at that.
These were always Aerith's favorites. Do you think this means she's going to wake up?
Maybe. Can always hope.
Oh, I love the story. Love the lore. Love the characters.
Hey, Elmira. I've got to go away for a bit. Need to talk to someone about Cloud.
And who is this someone? A doctor?
Well, he's,
I was gonna say a mad scientist. That was like a Joker laugh right there.
Well, hurry on back, okay? It's hard enough looking after these two with your help.
He kind of does resemble that actor in the new Joker movie, the older Joker, right? Joaquin Phoenix? Joaquin Phoenix should play Hojo.
Don't worry, I'm going by bike. Shouldn't take long. Just keep an eye on him while I'm gone, okay? Oh, and if Aerith does wake up, please don't let her leave.
No promises. That girl snuck out more times than I can count.
Don't let her. Please.
I won't.
So now I'm him. It's telling me to go that way, but isn't it this way? Is that the bike I'm taking?
I thought about what you said. Couldn't stop thinking about it, actually. About how it's up to each of us
to find our own purpose in life. Because in Avalanche, I think I found mine.
I'm gonna become
We don't
Vincent.
have a whole lot of time. So tonight's gotta be the night. Do yourself a favor and steer clear of Reactor 6. Take care. Biggs.
No, I didn't. That's not what I meant. Gotta find Elmira.
Blowing up another one, huh, Biggs? Only 2 hours later. Okay, so there's still a possibility.
Those are some pillow marks. You must have been out like a light. You know, there's a showing of Loveless about to start.
There we go.
And I've got 2 tickets to it. We should go. Plus, you and I have unfinished business.
Wait, what?
The Skywheel, silly. Remember, we didn't get to ride it before.
What about the others?
Forget about them. For now, anyway.
Oh.
Come on.
Come on, Cloud. It's Aerith. I didn't miss it.
Going down.
In an earlier round.
See you again soon.
So Loveless first. It does say Loveless. Oy. A little too far. Try that again. Stop. Alright, so Event Square. Well, I can just run out of this one and then take the other one. I don't need to teleport. Let's go. So I guess the Whisperers, like, no longer talk to her anymore either. Kind of recall her saying that she doesn't feel them anymore.
In a golden paradise, beyond this glittering gateway lies a world of excitement and adventure for people of all ages. For a change of pace, try Skywheel Square, where you can take in the
Oh, wrong way. Hello. I've never worked in a diner, clearly. Oh, I went the wrong way.
Everyone having fun today at Wonderment Square. Try Dreamy Brother if you're feeling.
Okay. Alright, what did I do? So, second floor.
Finally managed to get them out of Wonderment. We gotta go to Wonderment Square next. So, how you wanna kick this off? I wanna
There we
go
go.
there next.
Well, that was the Ghost Square.
I'm a fan of Ghost Square. It's nice and quiet.
This is the first.
Listen up.
Got a reservation at the haunted hotel.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it is here. Okay.
But I'm worried I'll be too scared to sleep.
Event square.
Hello,
All right.
and welcome to Park Central. Every square is yours.
Loveless. Will we actually be able to see it? Probably not,
Our
right?
special showing of Loveless G Edition will begin shortly.
G
All
Edition.
ticket holders, please make your way to the theater. Are you here to see Loveless?
I didn't think they were going to tell us the story because it was so deep. Like, it really moved Genesis. They would have to do a very good job of telling a compelling story within a story.
Could make 'em bloom. That's make 'em bloom. Please speak to a member of the staff at your earliest convenience. Thank you.
Oh, they're all there.
Attention Event Square guests. Could make 'em bloom. That's make 'em bloom. Please speak to a member of the staff at your earliest convenience. Thank you. Attention Event Square guests. Could make 'em bloom. That's make 'em bloom.
Congratulations. You like to sing it?
Me?
She just left him. But I mean, guess it's an opportunity, right? Yeah, so part of me was like, I almost don't want them to tell us what Loveless is. Because then it just exists in our mind as some great poetry, you know? Because again, it's what... It's like Chrono Trigger. Because again, it's what saved Genesis. Put a lot of work into this, though. There's Jesse. What a woman can do to a warrior. Kind of reminds me of Rurouni Kenshin, you know?
Damn. She was a star.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, Barrett must have felt that too. So what I was talking about with Rurouni Kenshin, that's the first time I saw that. So I don't know if they were trying to imply like he fell from grace, like he was slaying everyone. And then I don't know if I didn't quite catch if he died in some kind of skirmish, but in my interpretation, what it looked like is he was fighting and he was the best of the best. And so slaughtering a lot of people, but in killing individuals, it's almost like what God said about it's just more in the Old Testament is like, people who have blood on their hands. It's like you cannot enter into the church. I mean, I was trying to think of what it was at the time. Now I'm forcing myself to. The tabernacle. So one cannot enter into the tabernacle if one has like blood, so you have to clean yourself, and there's specific rituals that were involved in order to move into there. And what I'm trying to get at here is like through war, that kind of blood eventually does more than stain your hands. This is, again, the theme that Rurouni Kenshin, this is why it reminded me of Rurouni Kenshin. This is the theme Rurouni Kenshin plays with. Rurouni Kenshin was a Batosai, a manslayer. Manslayer's also in Leviticus too, which I thought was so amazing. They actually talk about the descendants, these people who are allowed this land are the manslayers, So anyway, that's how so awesome that that phrase was in there as well. But anyway, the Batosai was the greatest among the manslayers. And he would kill so effortlessly, but at the same time, he knew it was like destroying his soul. And then after the war, he puts up his sword and vows never to kill again, right? And it is there he meets Karu, and a love of his life, really. And in this story, Kenshin talks about how she saved him, It's almost like she allows him to keep his vow, which is odd. And he ends up becoming much more of a powerful warrior in the story through kind of like her grace and what I would say women offer men, because there was something that really stuck out in the anime that differentiates kind of the man of war to the man who has a love that he's fighting for. The master tells Kenshin, You've been fighting and putting your life on the line in these battles. And while, that obviously takes a lot of, this is what I'm adding now, that obviously takes a lot of honor and that takes a lot of courage, sacrificing themselves, and I hope this doesn't offend anybody, is on the easier side. Refusing to die because so many other people rely on you. Now, that's a different kind of strength right there. And again, that's what they play with in Rurouni Kenshin. So many times in my life, I've been like, I'll jump on this grenade. I would stand in front of this for my wife and for my kids. And then my wife told me, well, you'd sacrifice yourself for us, but where does that leave us without you? I would rather you focus on doing whatever it takes to keep us safe while staying alive. Like, if it's me and a bunch of marauders and my family, me just jumping in front of the marauders and sacrificing myself isn't going to get the job done. They're just going to take their killing spree out on my family once I fall. No, there's that. In that instance, you have to tap into the refusal to die, And it's when the teacher, Kenshin's master, is trying to teach him the ultimate technique. It's like, you're not going to be able to learn this ultimate technique from the motivation of sacrificing oneself. You're not going to gain the speed you need. The speed you're going to gain for this ultimate technique is only going to be achieved if you enter into the I am not going to die. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get the job done and to stay alive. Because if I die, everybody behind me is next. You see? That's what the woman offers. That's what the family offers, And I think that's what I think that's what Jordan Peterson is talking about as far as the definition of meek. The meek, etymologically, doesn't come from somebody who is weak. It's somebody who has the power. And the evidence of this is that Jesus, as a shepherd, is often referred to as meek. You know, the shepherd doesn't allow the wolf to slaughter the flock. The shepherd knows how to keep the wolves at bay. However, the shepherd understands to keep the wolves at bay but not slay sheep in order to do it. Not be an individual of mass murder, but rather be a controlled weapon. An individual who carries a sword sheathed and knows when to use it. You see? So it is in that instance where it's like, okay, yeah, I could sacrifice myself, but what if sacrificing myself doesn't get the job done? What if sacrificing myself is exactly what these people need in order for them to get their malevolence out on the rest of my family? No. This is a different kind of skill. I need to tap into, I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm not going to sacrifice myself. I am going to fight with everything I have. I'm going to refuse to die. Not die for something, refuse to die because there's people counting on me. You know, I think that's a very powerful distinction, and I kind of think that's what was being talked about here in Loveless. But I know it's something. I know it was the theme in Rurouni Kenshin. Not so sure it was in Loveless, but as I watched Loveless, that's what came to mind. Jesse's character bringing the person who was battle soaked, once whose wings were clipped because he's no longer angelic. He's been stained by the blood of war. And the woman bringing him back up and cleansing him and him becoming more than what he was before, you know?
Today's performance takes audience participation to the next level. With our revolutionary technology, you will become the hero of the story. Only you can fell the Dragon King and win the princess's heart.
This is that right there is a archetype in and of itself.
Behold, a mechanical metropolis built of blood, sweat, and gears. The city of Garya. An insatiable machine devoid of pity. Neighbors on all sides fell victim to its hunger, while it grew larger and ever more powerful. The whirlwind of conquest swept up many, including him. Alfred was the traveller's name. In search of the goddess's blessing, he had journeyed forth alone. He flung himself into the fray in the hope of becoming a hero, only to be flung in jail and branded a villain.
Hero's fate indeed. Doing what's right even when everybody thinks you're wrong.
Come, my faithful blade. Join me in the dance.
Hey, Tink. Oh, I didn't see the... The light guides you, huh? It's almost like the light testing me. Is it always on that side? Okay, it looks like it. Okay. Their direction corresponds to where they are. Okay.
To proceed or not to proceed?
That is the question. Face my fate. It's like a Dark Souls opening though, right?
These bars shall not hold me. I must fly free. me! My blade thirsts for vengeance!
Alfred, are you unharmed?
Rosa, how did you find me?
Your woeful cries could not fail to reach mine ears.
Just in case. Jeez, Barrett, you gotta play the bad guy.
Another step, gentle princess.
Barbados.
Barbados.
Oh ho! Would the cur defy his captor?
I, by the grace of the goddess, as she has set me free, even now, so too shall she guide my blade.
Is this an actual fight, or... Oh, I'm fighting you. Yeah, the Demon King. Oh, the Dragon King. Beefed up Barrett.
Tremble in fear before the mighty dragon's roar!
It wasn't in the location. Oh, I pressed it. Oh. Thought it was square. That square. Must slay the dragon to win the reward, everyone.
Never have I seen a swordsman dance with such grace and skill. The goddess must have seen fit to grant him a sliver of her strength. Perhaps his dreams of becoming a hero may yet be fulfilled.
I love that they use dance there. Okay, so here's the thing about dancing. You know, I've never been a fan, but I understand the cultural implications, especially as we become less and less in classical dancing and more. I don't even know if you can call what they do nowadays dancing, but they talk about like the dance of death. When people watch individuals in war, you know, obviously when they had swords and shields, maybe not so much today. I'll have to look into that. But the dance of battle, how a skilled warrior traverses the battlefield and how they fight. Although when I actually watch it, it looks way more chaotic. However, there is this dance of death, you know. But then you have the dance of the social dance, right? And it's like the warrior had to kind of be responsible for both being an excellent dancer in the battlefield, but also being sophisticated enough to be able to dance among the gentler individuals. Now, where am I going with this? When I was in Las Vegas, I might have brought this up before, but just in case I didn't bring it up in these discussions. While we were in Vegas, we watched Mystere, where I think they were telling the story of Genesis. It starts with what looked like Adam and Eve, and you know they were dancing together in very intimate ways. But what I think they were trying to display is like human perfection. Anyway, these two individuals were dancing so well, and you could tell there was a nonverbal communication going on. And that nonverbal communication, that perfection in the dance, had to be the only way it was achieved was through their constant communication and their constant bartering back and forth and negotiating back and forth to pull off what was a masterful performance. Now, these two individuals, if they got married and they had coitus, I can't imagine it being bad, because they talked about everything in order to perform that dance. They had done all of the work beforehand that would have been necessary in the boudoir, They negotiated with one another. They spoke, they had open lines of communication, but they also had the harmony of their bodies as well. They had a harmony. They perfected the dance. So in a way, the communication, both verbal and nonverbal, that goes into dance, into what would be a masterful performance, would be the same kind of things that would transfer to the bedroom. Now, I could be naive in that point. However, my wife and I had very good communication beforehand. And what I'm seeing nowadays is everybody is like, no, you need to have sex before you get married. One of my cruder friends said, you got to test drive the vehicle before you dedicate yourself to purchasing it. And it's like, well, the old tradition was, no, you wait till your wedding day, because the act, that's like one of the final steps in the act of securing the marriage. So much so that back in the day, if there was no carnal relations, it wasn't considered a marriage. The marriage was considered null and void if they never had carnal relations. That's how powerful the carnal relation was. But see, nowadays, people are like, no, you have to have sex. Well, do you? There are certain cultural things that we had in place where you could test to see if a person would be good in the intimacy of the bedroom. We're losing those things. So then, of course, all of you think you need to sleep with them beforehand. But there are other things. There are other methods. So that way you save the sanctity of the sexual and carnal relationship for the institution of entering the marriage as maybe the final covenantal relationship, the final covenantal tradition entering into marriage. Without that, we kind of lose that aspect as well. And isn't that funny? I kind of started this whole thing with the promise, right? The promise above my promise to the state, which meant nothing to me. Above the promise to her father that I was going to stay with her forever, a promise that did mean a lot to me. And then the promise to God, the one that meant the most to me, to hold me accountable. In addition to that, there's one final dance to secure the covenant between husband and wife, and that is sexual relations. If you have it before, you take away that potency. And for those who say you can't know beforehand, I present to you the evidence, certain interactions that are available to you in order to gather the information you need, so that way you keep that act sacred.
Now then, hail and well met, noble Alfred. Though I am but a humble fool, some talent in divination do I possess. Anything you wish to know, I shall gladly reveal.
Oh, do I need to slay him? No.
What is the future, if not the product of choices past? Each a fork in the road. None can divine the conclusion of every path. And yet, all tales that begin with a chance encounter share the same end. A tearful farewell. Well, that's enough of my...
I want to talk about that when it comes to the hero, by the way. I have a theory on that. Why the hero always has to leave.
May mine infernal fangs find their mark, and taste of your flesh!
I didn't know you could multiply, Red. Bum 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 ba-dum. This is kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is pretty awesome.
A truly remarkable display of swordsmanship, enough to prove his heroism once and for all. He had been unjustly imprisoned and stripped of his wings. Nevertheless, Alfred was resolved to press onward and reclaim the heavens. Now, without further ado,
much like the Jews when the Jews were slaves to the Pharaoh.
Our aspiring heroes and indomitable princess's tale draws to a close. Only one act remains.
The dance?
Parting is indeed such sweet sorrow, but as they say, all good things must come to an end. Though it is our wish that this tale remain with you long after we are gone. So, my friends, will you join us in our conquest of despair? Spectacular! Though our tale be loveless named, we may yet restore hope to this heartbroken world. The Dragon King Varvados fears only true love, and so our hero Alfred will reveal to him its power. He will go to his beloved and proclaim their blessed bond with a kiss. Now, stand before your soulmate and let the world know your heart.
Oh yeah. Who do you think I'm gonna choose? Jeez.
My love.
Alfred.
The dance. In unison.
Ah, cease this charade. Love is not but an illusion.
Says everyone who believes in a atheistic form of life.
Let my blade strike true.
Even in communism, it's one of the first things they fight against. In 1984, it discusses that. Ooh, I missed it. How they needed to destroy relationships. Oh, almost, dang it. Oh, I didn't see that one. I was actually watching. Yeah, I was watching. My goodness. I was enjoying watching. That one I got. Sick. Ooh, that's a lot. Yeah, their conjoined effort defeats the enemies of evil. Because in their union, they vanquish all.
Bereft of wings and broken, I consign you to the abyss.
An inspiring victory, truly. Proof that love indeed conquers all, is it not?
What awaits you at Journey's End, I wonder? Will the goddess grant you her blessing? Or will the flames of vengeance consume you? All shall be revealed, O puppet of fate. So dance while you still have time.
That's really
Dance
interesting.
till your frayed strings break, and you can dance no more.
What? stops a person from seeking vengeance if it's just pure male domination? What stops an individual from continuing to seek the eye for an eye?
Must you go?
The hero always has to.
Dear are waiting.
I don't understand. I cannot. But please be safe.
Rest assured, I shall return. You needn't promise that you'll wait, for I know that I will find you here.
All right, so here's my theory on why the hero always has to leave, okay? So I've noticed a lot of people that are like, never meet your heroes. And I think this is also linked to why we do not have a lot of Hollywood actors who are on the status of like legends. So there's not a lot of Hollywood actors that are like full-on celebrities. Like Tom Cruise, he can go into a movie and people will go watch the movie for Tom Cruise. I would argue like nowadays what we see happening is we're seeing far too much of the behind the scenes of the actors and actresses that exist nowadays. And so in a way, they're becoming human. We're seeing what they're actually like. And when we see what they're actually like, it puts off some people, clearly. I mean, look what's happening behind the scenes in Hollywood now. Absolutely disgusting, right? So we're seeing what happens behind the curtain. And in movies, I don't want to see Thor use the bathroom. I want to see Thor vanquish his opponents, So what I'm looking for in the movie is not like reality per se, but like ultra reality, the most real of real things, the most important things, and going to the bathroom is not that important. Thor vanquishing his opponent to be able to be declared a hero and how that happens, that's the real that I want to see. That's the real that transcends time. It's something we all have to deal with when we have to slay our dragons that are hoarding the gold, slay our villains that are holding behind them the successes that we seek. There's a reason why from my students when I was in middle school, I gave them a dog tag for those who achieved the highest of the philosophy awards that said the biggest dragon holds the greatest treasure. I was telling them, seek out your greatest dragon, seek out your greatest responsibility and slay it, because that will provide you the most fruitful rewards. But see, getting back to the discussion with the legends, we're seeing what's behind the mask and we don't like it. We're seeing them at their weakest and we don't like it. When a hero comes in and saves the town, they leave with, I think, two strong ideas. One, they're off to their next great adventure. That's one of them. So it keeps the people who are there, it uplifts the youth, or it uplifts those who have the warrior heart into one day taking on the same kind of responsibility and maybe journeying to find that hero or become like that hero. But at the same time, the hero needs to leave because nobody wants to see what the hero does outside of the battle. Right? It diminishes the legend. It diminishes the foresight. It diminishes the importance because we start to see what it's like when Thor uses the bathroom. I know it's a crude example, but it works. So I think that's one of the reasons we don't have a lot of legends nowadays. As things are not only becoming so interconnected, people are like televising their lives outside. And so we're not seeing the heroes anymore. We're not seeing the legends anymore. And what do we need? Well, the world needs heroes and legends. So what do? They pull their legends out from retirement, which is why we see Mike Tyson about to fight Jake Paul, because they need to pull the legends out of retirement. So yeah, that's definitely something I wanted to bring up here because it's absolutely important as far as the story goes and the theme that they're working with here. So shoulder your greatest responsibility, everyone, and you will find the most fruitful rewards. She's singing to Zach, everyone. You know this, right? Is it real or is it fake? That's the live stream. Aww. Yeah, what does choose? Like, out of the infinite amount of things that you could focus on, why is it you focus on this, an individual? How is it you pick out an individual, right? That was that transfer I was talking about, how science only talks about this way to that way. But what about this way? What about the world informing me, right? Why is it I focused on these things? Why is it these things made themselves known to me out of the thousands of people who walk by, you know?
Go on.
It did look like she was looking for somebody, though, right? Like, she still seems like she's looking for somebody. Could possibly be she was just looking for the acceptance, but...
What an experience. Could even call it life-changing.
Guess so. Maybe you ought to go pro.
You know? I just might.
Attention! The Sky Wheel will be closing soon. Please line up and have your ticket ready.
Still haven't gone on the date. Jeez.
We gotta hurry.
Last call, folks.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's special.
Okay, where's... Oh my god, I keep doing that. Come on, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in.
Performance up.
Try this again. Okay, that's as far as I can go. So, Sky Wheel is in Fantasy World.
Loveless. If you'd like to continue the magic this evening, you're invited to use your tickets to the show for one free ride on the Sky Wheel. Enjoy a stunning view.
Just name the square, and I'll get you there.
Night sky.
Let's make friends, people.
Oh, that's gonna be a tough one, huh?
And here we are.
I like her way more in this one than I did in the original one. And I liked her in the original one.
Are you ready to ride?
It's like you get a much better understanding of what she means to Cloud, too, you know? We're already at an hour 30. Man, oh man.
Okay.
We're not even out of the gold saucer yet.
So, shall we?
He sits across from her.
What do you think this does?
Oh, is it because of Zach, maybe?
Wow, this is incredible. Hey, check it out.
Rourke.
This is insane.
Chocobo racing's nothing like that.
Well, you would know. It's all so much. Isn't it? You surprised me at first. You were just like him, and it wasn't your face or your clothes. It was you. The way you walked, the way you carried yourself.
Just like him.
Whenever I looked at you, I saw him. But you're not him. And that's okay. Because right now, I want to be with you.
Interesting.
And I'm trying so hard to find you.
But I'm right here.
Yeah, you are. But
Hey, did Tifa talk to you? About,
Hey, Aerith? I talked to Cloud. He said he remembers Zach. How they were friends 5 years ago.
what? I don't think so. At least not about anything important.
What?
Oh.
Well, is this a test, or does she not want to bring that up?
Aerith?
Just till the ride's over.
So many reasons why that could have went that way. I mean, I'm not like an infinite amount of reasons, but without the prophetic insight of the Whisperers, hard it lowers down certain options.
But I didn't do anything.
Wall Market Warriors, you and me. We'll show him tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tifa kept her promise, and she did tell her. But it's like, why? Why not? Why not say something right there? I mean, she did just say you're not him, and I know you're not him.
Full disclosure, didn't know anything about this promised land.
All right, so let's give this a shot. Okay, so she did just talk about not knowing that he's not Cloud's not Zack, and that for a while when she saw Cloud, all she saw was Zack. But it's not, and even if she had the decision, she would want to be. It seemed like she was implying that even if the decision was there, she would want Cloud right here in this moment, which is fascinating given the end of Final Fantasy VII Advent Children is Zack and Aerith kind of walking off into the sunset, you know? Almost like mother and father. It was really weird in that final scene where Cloud finds his strength again to fight Sephiroth. So there was that aspect, but so Tifa tells her that Cloud does remember. But Aerith also knows that Cloud has a big problem distinguishing these things, you know? Maybe what would be the point of bringing it up if he can't remember it fully anyway? On top of that, it might open up a can of worms. Is this a true memory? Is this a false memory? If he did, why didn't he say anything? Why did he let Tifa say something? There's a lot there. But see, Aerith is so genuine. She doesn't have a lot of deceit in her, you know? So Aerith could just be, and this is kind of close to her character, I just want to stay in the moment right now. I just want to enjoy the moment right now. Which, again, seems to match her character. But isn't that awesome? I mean, isn't that an awesome character-specific thing that she didn't bring it up? Rather than lie or rather than investigate, you know, I'm not like this. I need to investigate, man. But Aerith is like, I'm just going to enjoy what we're doing right now. And that's kind of been her character, that stop and smell the roses. That person who is like, man, if you don't take these little instances just to enjoy where you are, at the end of your life, you're just going to remember the race. You're not going to remember the moments, those small little moments. And the older I get, the more obviously my goals fill me with a lot of meaning. The goal of being a father, the goal of being a professor. These are goals I set out. But without the stopping to smell the roses, when my family celebrated me getting the title of professor by taking me out to dinner, man, I remember that moment right there. You know? What would have happened if I just got it and then just moved on to the next day? It's almost like my family made sure to solidify that moment with meaning, with a conjoined effort. And that is what they mean by hollowing, too. I read this in Houston Smith's the World Religions, when he talks about the chapter on Judaism. Hollowing, to hollow something, is to make something more profound, more important, inject it with like a holy kind of meaning. And one way they hollow something is by a lot of people coming together to celebrate the occurrence. So if you have an occurrence that happens and you only celebrate with one or two people who don't really matter, it's like the occurrence doesn't reach a sanctified level. But if you have such a goal that a lot of people, it's not a goal, it's a success. If you have a certain success that brings a lot of people together to celebrate it, it magnifies the event to a higher plane. And that's what they call hollowing. So I often think, well, we should celebrate this with more than just the family. It should be more family coming in. It's a joyous experience, and the more the merrier, right? The more the merrier the event. The more powerful the event becomes. This is almost like John Searle's collective intentionality. I may call a rock Bob or whatever, but if enough people come together and declare a bunch of rocks to be the demarcation line between like America and Mexico, well, now that line has objective meaning. The more people come together and celebrate an event, the closer to an objective meaning it becomes, and less of the mere subjective. And here we go again. in the foundations of ethical principles, one of the most valued and coveted things that we as human beings hold on to. At the mere bottom rung is only a couple individuals deciding on something. The hollowness and the sanctification comes from a lot of people seeing it. But what are we sanctifying it to? We're sanctifying it to a larger entity, something outside, coming right around to something I discussed in the beginning, right? Something more important than the material, something more ephemeral, as the reason for the devotion, and a hallowed performance of the families, two families coming together. We lose those traditions at our own peril, everyone. At our own peril.
Wow, find of the century.
You never know. That intel could be bad.
Our conclusions are based on a long-standing theory. It's safe to assume the temple and the Promised Land are one and the same.
If the Ancient's headed there, then it's gotta be the right place. Good thing we let her go.
I understand the Keystone is to be awarded to the winners of today's special event.
That's not what it was. If I win, I get it. Well, wouldn't you want her to get it?
All right, let's bring this one home.
Mm-hmm. Wow, and the date. So that is guaranteed. That's all I'll keep then.
We still have a few tickets left for today's special.
We're only moments away from tonight's main event.
All right, here we go. After we finish this, we'll call it a day. It's been a great stream so far, though. I've really enjoyed this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Gold Saucer's Palace of Power, the Musclehead Coliseum. Tonight, Don Corneo and yours truly will do battle for the right.
Not really yours truly, though, right?
For posterity. It feels like only yesterday that I was a scrawny young lad chasing a dream in the desert with it.
Yeah, no more talking, I guess. I wonder if it's still Mark Hamill voicing Don Corneo. Well then, let the bodies hit the floor.
Just
Just focus on the ones in front of you. Ready to give up? Less like champions and more like chumps.
But we shouldn't judge them too quickly. Lest we forget.
The memory of it still stays. It's all the more reason to fight. It's in a win-win.
Ready to get right you are! To reclaim our stolen glory, we find that the selection of our finest warriors. A selection of our finest warriors.
I'm through with taking a drag on fight.
Theo's chance to hold their own, that's for sure. It's my death that these people. Check them for grandmas.
Sorry about that.
That's awesome. These boys are looking to get hurt tonight.
Finish him off. Gotcha. Sorry, but I gotta.
Cloud, yeah. I said Tifa, go after this guy. Star Shower. Sick.
Don't overdo it.
I got it.
Damn. Star Shower. There, Aerith.
I'll show you what I can do.
What they're sipping on the dog's bad stuff. The tornado
Let's get that storm since they're all around me.
Take it over.
She's always there.
Finish it.
Nice.
Gotta go.
My friend and I were talking about how broken Yuffie is. Oh man. Yeah, they can do a lot of damage. Is the other one gonna get Tonberry?
Ladies and gentlemen, beware of the 10,000 needles sure to fly every which way when round 2 begins. Now! Faster than the eye can see, these feisty fighters can run rings around the competition.
Just trying to keep up with them on the daily walk was almost impossible. Little beauty, one guy. But take him down.
You really raised them all by yourself? What? Standing in the presence of a bona fide fatwa whisperer? Sure, we know their stories, but do we know if they've got a plan to stop Neo's champions in their tracks?
Can you take over?
They've got a plan. It's called, how many times can you hit a guy with 1,000 needles before he's more carried on the back?
Staggered.
Leave it to me.
This fight isn't over yet. It's still anyone's game.
Here goes.
Theo's champions might be dog walking the opposition so far. But
There he is. Got him.
Take him down.
See the kill.
Damn! Cloud is on a roll!
Now for change. Right, my turn. It's your turn now.
Hold on tight.
Roger!
Hey, fancy bit mark. I'm just getting started. I'll not be losing one of my 9 lives to the likes of you.
Oh, come on, guys. Deal with your enemies. Boom.
Looks like the Corneo family
was one hell of a play. If I'm being honest, our dear family's got a real fight on its hands.
Don't count us out yet, though, because we've still got 3 combatants ready to go!
Tired?
Nope. All good.
I had a feeling.
With their hate-filled blades, they'll slice you up in no time flat! Who's first?
Find out in the next and final round. To the winners go the spoils and the glory.
Ugh. You're gonna have to stagger fast. Get rid of the small ones first.
It's time for round 3, so let the bloodshed begin.
This next champion will be a one.
And dead. So bring him back.
Chased from his home wall market, and with the near wall market plans in shambles, Mailman is his last greatest hope.
His last chance to escape his cruel, rideless fate.
We need to wrap this contest up quickly, so we can get
What?
this man the sexy praise he so rightly deserves.
Which is why we need to get Corneo up and running. Our family won't let the time. We will come out on top.
And now we've got Thornberries paddling into battle. The weight of our hopes and dreams on their tiny
Cloud assassin.
They're gonna slice and dice Dio's guys to bits and use those bits to build our family's future.
No, not radio.
Now, folks, and I can't
None. Okay, Aerith.
from these red-hot fisticuffs.
Dio's champions are dominating. Is there no one?
Okay, now I can heal him.
It's your turn.
Great. Things are looking seriously grim for Dio's champions right now. I wonder if the reckless attack by Dio's champions. But Don Barry pays his debts back with interest.
Dio's champions just won't let
This one's
up.
for you.
But it ain't over until the fat Chocobo walks, people.
There.
That's what you get when you tangle with a Don Barry. Take your eyes off him for a second and stab. You're dead.
Limit break him. Hopefully Aerith can raise.
Okay, up and on. That should do it, right?
Yeah, his life wasn't completely down, so I'm guessing we're gonna have a second one.
Now, who wants to be the first lucky lady? How about you?
Tippa, look out!
Daddy's coming! What?
What a save! That sneak attack won't be making a honest.
Possible dodge.
You're in for a real treat today, folks, as the one, the only, Don Corneo has decided to enter the ring.
Ew. Just ew. This guy's a total sneeze.
Don't underestimate him.
Time to stretch your stuff, ladies, and I want a good look.
Absence old, Neo's champions are new. The stadium is borrowed, and the low get black and blue. So let the bridal auditions begin.
And now our preliminary kicks off. The crowd is at your back, and they're just aching for some sweet revenge.
Get up. I thought I dodged the time. Okay, let's get the assess up.
Taking advantage of his romantic nature.
And then let's get... Oh, fire guard. Bodyguard.
Go on.
This is frothing at the mouth too. No doubt furious about how its owner was treated. The sheer injustice of it.
Get out of the way.
The only thing that can help heal the scars of betrayal.
Okay, I want everybody.
Let's go make some noise and cheer the guy on as he plays to win the game.
So who has fire? Pretty sure Tifa does too. No. So. Didn't recognize it in time. Wow, that actually followed me that time. That's great. Here comes the charge.
It's on you.
It's like a break. You're gonna see some real easy there, buddy.
Get fired.
Champions that focus on the target soft spot. It's bullseye after bullseye.
Take the lead.
Let me handle this.
Calling fire. Keep it together.
Here goes.
Oh, I tried. I shouldn't have pressed the button there. That time I did it. Oh.
You've got this.
Taking over.
Don't just let them beat you.
Going in.
The Tabs are looking pale and hurry once more. But can they clinch victory?
Don't stop now. Take him down.
Time for something special. You ready?
These two are in perfect sync. Mind, body, and soul.
Who's up for some magic? Not
Shiva won't be it. Fire. Rama's not fire, but I don't think I had Ifrit.
Summon up some courage, because we've got a legendary summon on the battlefield!
You're up and over.
There's no hiding your weaknesses from the champs!
Still here. Okay, let's go. Make them bring it. Watch yourself. Here goes. You can do it.
Hang back. Keep it together.
I got this. One bring it. You're up. I'll take care of them. Here it comes. This one's for you. Get him. Here it comes. Why don't you lead the way?
I got this.
Cloud.
On it.
Let's go. Why are you doing
Champions prove that teamwork makes the dream work!
Watch yourself. Sorry about that. Am I right? Can you take over for
Let's
me?
do this.
Come on.
Break yourself.
Silver's got style!
Rama's almost there too, which is perfect.
I knew you'd make me proud. Good boy. Now sick 'em. What things were wild before? Just wait. This romantic audition is about to enter
Boom. Perfect time.
Thanks.
It's on you.
Okay, let's go. It's on you. Here goes.
There's no hiding your weaknesses from the
This
trash.
one's for you. Go on. Don't worry. The planet's not.
Time.
Brace yourself.
Don't overdo it. Cloud is landing some real earthshakers today.
Fire.
So it's my turn?
Tifa is out of commission! If only her team had lent her a helping hand!
You can do it.
Taking over.
Too good for a world of hurt now! But where does that leave the dawn? Of the creek without a paddle?
Don't stop now.
Let's do this. Seal's champions are down, but not out. Let's see if they have the strength to hang in there.
Let me teach
With
him
the
a
mighty
lesson.
swing of this enormous blade, Cloud cuts his opponent down to size.
Keep up the pressure, okay? Come on.
Just in the nick of time for Dio's champions.
It's on you.
It's a moment to recover and regroup. The champs are crushed by the weight of blows. And now the sun gets up close and personal with his potential prize.
Bingo! I'll get him! Watch yourself. Here goes.
Taking over.
No fury like a pissed off Matsu without a conscious thought to rein it in.
Don't overdo it.
The biggest crew about teamwork.
You're up. I'll do
They must
it.
align them up. Matsu's going absolutely apeshit. And our dear Don Corneo struggling to ride out the storm.
One more shot. Here it comes. You got this.
I got this.
Woo.
Ow, that stings.
Hey,
Just kill him.
we cutting them off?
Yeah.
Or should we rip them off? That, or smash them, maybe?
Let's fill him with lead.
There you go.
Bother. I'll just bite them off.
There's not enough Listerine in the world, Red.
You're all so mean, so petty, picking on a poor small business owner.
I don't think it's him. I don't think it's Mark Hamill anymore.
And I can give as good as I get. So, all of you can kiss my ass. Hi-ho, my sewer stallion.
He who runs away gives up naming rights today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all over.
Can never destroy evil, just vanquish it to the ends of the world. I mean, I guess in that way you always stay aware that it could always return.
Of course we did.
Eric! We did it.
Yeah.
Thanks to you, my champions, the Gold Saucer's name shall not be profaned. For this great boon, allow me to embrace you each in turn.
Yeah, we're good with just the keystone.
And we'll take it now, thank you.
As you wish. I will not deny you what is yours by right. Behold. your prize.
That's the Shinra's plan. No, come on, guys. Ugh. It's like Maui, the thief.
Seriously?
Just wait till everybody gathers everything. All the thieves gather everything and just steal it from them.
No, you don't.
I believe it was in Waipio Valley, for those who want to read the legend. Maui and the King of Thieves.
Shame on you.
It's Shinra property.
Cut the bullshit.
Cut his arm off.
Huh?
What the hell's going on?
He just took off.
All right, Yuffie, Nanaki, with me. The rest
He does
of you
call
deal
him
with them.
Nanaki from here on in.
Let's get a move on.
Wait, another battle right after those other battles?
It's time to
You
get
kidding
some
me?
payback for the mines.
A grudge match, then, over which I must insist you allow me to officiate. To ensure a fair and entertaining bout, we'll give you a chance to rest before the festivities. Once you're ready, you need but say the word.
Alright, everyone. We're gonna fight this one, and then we'll be done. Alright, let's go for it.
Are you ready to do? Fantastic. Then without further ado...
Oh boy.
Nobody brings the hype like us. Scotch and Koch. Make some
Scotch, Koch, Bagosh.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes on the arena. 'Cause ready or not, it's time to rumble!
This isn't a sanctioned fight.
Let's get it on!
Take the lead.
I'm coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great match of the millennium!
Chaos champions barely had time to catch their breath after that last battle, but the man and girl in black are fully rested
Arrow.
and hungry for payback.
I'll take
Only one of these teams will leave with the keystone.
Jeez.
Who will it be?
To help us commentate on the proceedings, we've enlisted the aid of Corneo Land's
Okay.
owner, Steve.
A pleasure.
It's on you.
Arrow.
We thought you'd be well suited to assist, seeing as you have a history with the Turks.
Well, the bold one did come to blows.
I'll take care of them.
From the moment that tussle began, it was plain that the Turk was not only strong, but strategic.
How so?
He knows a range of techniques, and when to use them.
It's your turn. I got this.
Oh, what?
Clean up in today's irregular?
Fine. That was my fault. I went right in front of him. Jeez, this guy is freaking irritating. He just keeps there blocking.
You mark my words.
Well then, let's see how our
Don't overdo it.
Oh, he's vanished, man.
Things are looking seriously grim for Theo's champions right now. I wonder if he's got enough blood in the tank to turn this around.
Good lord, he's irritating as hell.
One hit too many, and now she's down! Not a great development for Dio's champion!
Yeah, I'm really not liking this. I think I have to switch to
Take the lead.
Elena. Oh, boy.
Dio's champions have been backed into a corner. Can they find a way out?
Don't overdo it.
I'll take care of
She
him.
got knocked down, but I've got a sinking feeling.
Wow. How was that for knowing exactly where I was going to go, huh? I want to...
Keep it together.
And every time I go back to her, she's shocked or something.
Let's do this.
No, I want Elena, thank you.
Too much? Sorry.
My turn. Best do it right.
Electricity, okay.
Don't stop now.
Stay calm, team. Let's finish it.
You might struggle to come back from that one!
Now for change.
Gotcha.
And there's no escaping her fury!
Keep it together.
Here goes.
Talk about a stunning display!
No fair. Back off.
Well done.
That was nothing.
Uh-oh, what's this? Our two turrets look like they're getting into position. Oh, this looks good.
The tension's so thick you could cut it with a knife. The Turks are planning something big. But will it be big enough to turn the tide of this battle?
It's all right.
Hang back.
My champions are playing it small, hitting their opponent where they're most vulnerable.
Talk about making an entrance! This fight has become a legendary affair!
I'm coming. Do the step. Let's play nice, shall we?
That stuff is dead in the tracks! Dio's champion said, fool around and find out! And they're wrong! Dio's phone is ringing off the hook! But who's on the other end?
I got Here goes.
To what do I owe the prisoner?
This one's for you.
Sorry, you'll have to excuse me. I have some business to attend to.
Uh-oh! Must be pretty urgent to pull the director away.
Especially since our heated match between Dio's champions and the Turks is about to reach a fever pitch. Dio may be bowing out, but Clutch and I will continue to cover this thrilling fight.
For you.
Here we just won't take long. Keep it up.
I can help too. Sorry about that. You've got it all set. Oh, I have it in me.
Team-building exercises must have paid off.
It's your turn. Let me handle it.
Body is pulsing from the crushing power. You're mine. Slow out the blow. Keep it down. Quit.
So it's my
turn. It's absolutely ruthless out there.
See you soon.
All set.
Erica hates to see it, folks. Elena is in the position. Only two remain.
Here it comes.
Victory rolling
This
are
one's
still
for you.
within his grasp. So long as he can overcome these odds.
Keep up.
Say it ain't so. An impressive play from a team. Perfect big line. Shit. Another steady blow. Cloud's bringing it back.
I'll show you what I can do.
Talk about a rude awakening.
My turn.
Get alone and see it. Watch it up a storm.
Sorry.
One withering assault after another from the ground.
So deal with that.
You've got this. All set. It's on you.
Keep it together.
I'm coming.
Tifa hitting are looking seriously grim for Theos champions right now. I wonder if they've got enough left in the tank to turn this around.
It's nothing.
A wave of calm washes over the arena, quelling the unrest within our hearts. Will this give Aerith's team a second win? A punishing blow from Rude, showcasing the power of his impressive physique. Theos champions are reeling!
Just taking a little.
There's a looking hand in Hardy once more, but
Give him your all.
Rude just went down hard!
I've got this.
This one's for you.
Don't stop now.
Right.
Whoa, that was one of the better audibles that I've done. Like, I was fighting Rude the whole time, and then it was like I was going nowhere.
Right, Rude?
Really good audible halfway through that. Man, I wouldn't have won if I kept fighting Rude.
Esteemed spectators, if you would be so kind as to direct your attention to the center of the ring. To ensure a fitting climax for this spectacle.
Climax? How many freaking endings does this have?
Now, let's give a round of applause for the Shinra Electric Power Company's very own president, Rufus Shinra!
Whoa! Who could have foreseen this insane turn of events? I sure as hell couldn't. Shinra's president himself has taken the stage, and the crowd is electric!
Mr. President, what are you doing here?
You're still a Shinra employee, at least on paper. And as your boss, I figured I'd dispose of you personally.
Was that meant to be a joke?
You two go. Wait with Sun.
Got my number this time?
Let's see, shall we?
I've heard of aggressive managers, but this boss is cutthroat! It's corporate downsizing with a vengeance! If you want to savor the action, don't even think about leaving your seat. In fact, don't even blink! We salute you, Rufus Shinra, a president who Gotta say, Director, I wasn't expecting such an impressive special
Nor was I. The president's proposal caught me entirely by surprise. Now that our VIP has entered the fray, how do you envision this fight playing out? Well, it takes tenacity to climb the corporate ladder, but whether that will translate to the
So, fake reload, you think?
You're saying this could be a big gamble for the president?
Bring it.
Yes!
though I doubt he's leaving it all to chance. He would never commit to a losing venture. All I can speak.
Okay, I'm attacking at the wrong time.
Oh, please. Don't act like you're not impressed.
Keep it up. Come on.
Oh my god, frickin' really, man. Where am I supposed to? No.
Let's try that again. Where were we? Get ready. Let's go.
A devastating attack that left Dio's champions reeling.
I got you.
The hunch that they are gonna take it lying down.
Dio's teammates are struggling to come up with
Puts himself in the corner. I can't tell. I can't tell what he's doing.
Feeling good.
Cloud's gotta have 1 foot in the light stream after taking the hit with such skill. No doubt the result of training since childhood. Sticking up his father to thank for that.
Yeah, and then he goes for the unblockable when I'm blocking. That's his counter. What the f? Oh man, I swore again.
You'll like it.
Did you feel that one, folks? Cause it doesn't look like maybe.
He stopped though.
Cloud looking hard after that one. Can he bounce back? And the champions are taking it.
Burn. If this is Team Dio's strategy, then it's a bad one.
Here we go.
Come on.
Uh-oh. Guess that soldier never learned how to dodge.
Showtime.
Almost had him.
Champions are gonna be feeling that one in the morning.
There's the counter again.
Studying their opponents.
Jump in the air, gun akimbo. Tried.
Cloud's gotta have 1 foot in the light stream after taking a hit like that.
Keep it up.
Come on.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on. Gotcha.
Interesting.
Oh, Oh, come on, man! Don't use the freaking... Don't use anything. If you're lucky enough to hit him, just keep smashing that square button.
Any last words?
Second wind.
Cocky as ever. Either my stomach's growling, or the president's gooch has joined the fray.
Well trained, don't you think?
You can't bite the hand that feeds.
And yet here you are. Really though, it's past time I muzzled you.
Good luck.
All bark.
Allow me.
None.
No bite.
Who let the dog out?
Awesome. He has a stun. Awesome. That'll stop me from moving around. And look at the damage he does on top of it. I doubt it.
This is a former soldier we're talking about. One could argue that
So fast.
leveled the playing field.
He was going for the reload. You all know it. Yeah, I'm gonna die. Because I'm nowhere near. There, done. Congratulations, game. Congratulations. You made a great story insufferable again. How many battles back and forth was that? Where I get no stop. And then you get one in between, and then now I have to fight this guy again by myself. Oh my god. I suddenly hate it again. Look how fast that is. Can't block a lot. That's the non-blocked one. Can't counterattack until he does. Think fast. And the reload came after. Yep, right straight to a stupid reload. That is so fast. It's really, really frustrating. And then he reloads. What a... I heard about the Rufus fight. I didn't realize it would be this absolute infuriating. Oh, the speed.
Looking hard after that one. Can he bounce back?
Stick around. Keep it up.
That's it. And the champions are taking it.
Feeling good.
I think my champions ought to spend more time studying their opponents.
That it?
Where were we?
That's it.
You're the president of Jack Shit! Showing his opponent
Cocky as ever.
either my stomach's growling or the president's pooch has joined the fray.
Well trained, don't you think?
You can't bite the hand that feeds.
And yet here you are. Really though, it's past time I muzzled you.
Good luck.
All bark and still no bite.
Who let the dog out? The crowd
Let's
is
try that
going
again.
absolutely wild.
Jesus.
Makes his arena debut. With his faithful friend at his side, I'd say the president might still have a fighting chance.
The odds are certainly in his favor. Can Cloud win this 2-on-1 clash, or will he crumble?
What up?
The former soldier we're talking about. One could argue that Darkstar has really doubled the playing.
And he still has his stupid counter, so. Oh, combo! Yeah, I can't.
Strategy, then it's a bad one.
Oh, shit. Counter. This is very frustrating. Oh my god! I finally got the one I wanted, and it didn't matter. Counter.
You're out of luck.
Talk about a stunning display of swordsmanship. Cloud has once again proven that he's a cut above all competition.
Do your thing.
With the Divine on their side, will the champions take the win?
Cloud's gonna need a lot of potions after that one.
Looking hard after that one. And he knocked. Did you feel that one once? Cause it would look like they did.
Devastating attack that left Theo's champions reeling. But I've got a hunch that they aren't gonna take it lying down. Things are looking Theo's what's on now? Come up with the right plan of attack. Right where it hurts. I think the president enjoyed that.
Let's try that again.
Oh, don't. Yeah, let him. There you go. There you go.
Theo's champions were positively brutalized by the hit.
Ready.
Cloud's gotta have one foot in the light stream after taking a hit like that.
I don't know about you folks, but I felt that one from...
Wow.
Not bad, Mr. President. But you'll never be a soldier.
Enough of this.
So, are we gonna go after him?
Not yet. First,
We find Kate Sith, right?
Mm-hmm.
right.
After all that, just disqualified.
Should we look for the others too?
After Kate, okay?
All right. Wow. What a battle royale that ended up being. I mean, right at the end, one after another, after another, after another. That was insane. But overall, actually pretty good discussion, pretty good insight. We got to finally see what the Loveless was, yeah, and how that works. I thought they did pretty well, actually. They really tried to stick with the archetypes, you know. Obviously, the warrior finding redemption after war itself. The concept of what Barrett was talking about. What was that? He was bringing up almost like the redemptive aspect. Vengeance. Like, what quells vengeance? Eye for an eye. And it's obvious the hint is like the female entity is what quells the vengeance. And what is what allows possibly two conflicting nations to make peace. It's almost like that feminine element, you know? That's another thing they were hinting at. And then obviously not the big one, but obviously the other one that is just universal. It's fight the dragon. The dragon is the one who has or holds all of the rewards. And the bigger the dragon, the bigger the reward. The bigger the dragon, the mightier the horde, you know? Which is exactly what I told my middle school students ways away when I was a middle school teacher, as well as an adjunct. I had 2 jobs for the longest time. It's like the biggest dragon is the one that has the greatest treasure. The biggest dragon has the biggest hoard. So thank you so much for everybody who stayed tuned and stayed to the end. We made about 2.5 hours. I was trying to keep it around 2, but hey, I had no idea that Battle Royale was going to happen at the end. But as usual, take some time with the classics because they will awaken that hidden dragon within all of you, and I'll see you next time.